Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to explain the three most important sheets in an XLS form: the survey sheet, the choices sheet, and the settings sheet. Don't worry if you're a beginner, I'm going to explain everything in a very simple way. Okay, so let's get started. So first we have the survey sheet. Okay, the survey sheet is where we create our questions. All right, think of it this way. Survey means what am I asking? All right, so the main columns you would normally use are type, name, label. All right, there are a lot more to it. You can have required, you can have relevant, you can have constrained, and calculation. For example, if I want to ask someone's name, I can use text. Okay, so if I write what is your name, the question type, okay, the question type should be text, because I'm requesting for the person's name. I don't know. All right, so I have to place in text question type for the respondent to text or write his or her name. Okay, and under the name I have to use a variable to shorten the question. Okay, here, so I can say respondent's name, but I have to abbreviate it, underscore name. Mind you, under the name should be lower cases, and if you're going to have a longer name or two names, you cannot space it, you have to use underscore. So with this type, as I said, it tells Kobo what kind of question I want. Okay, so the name is the short name Kobo used to identify the question. All right, and the label is the actual question that the respondents see. So it's very simple. So if I ask how old are you, I'm asking of a digit. So in here I'm going to need an integer. So under the name I can write something like age. It's very simple. Or respondent's name, respondent's age, sorry. So you can do something like this, either age alone or risk age. And here I'm asking of your gender. So if I ask what is your gender, so in here I can decide to give you choices to select one from. All right, so something like this, I can use select one. So it's supposed to be this way, underscore select one question type. So in here I have to give it a name, so I will write gender or respondent gender or something like this. Okay, something like this. Now we have the choices sheet. The choices sheet contains the answer options for questions where people need to select an option. Okay, so think of it this way. Choices means what answers can they choose. All right, so for example, if I ask what is your gender here, all right, I can use select one question type, but mind you, I have to bring something. I have to give it a name here. Select one what gender. Okay, I have to give it a name here to represent this question in the choices. All right, in the choices here. So in the choices sheet I create the option male and female. Right, so as I said, I have to bring in something here in front of the select one based on the question to represent its choices here. Okay, so based on the question, I'll put gender here in front of select one, and I'll copy this, or I'll type the same thing here in, under the choices, under the list name function. So I'll make sure it aligns with the options that I've selected here. So with the name, I'll give it 1 for male and 0 for female. It's a universal code. All right, Yeah, universal codes. So I'll give it a name this way using digits, or you can do it male and female. It doesn't change anything, in the same thing, it will work. But in my case, I love it this way. Okay, so if we can observe this properly, based on the question type, we have given it a name here, gender. We want the respondent to answer or choose from the answers or from the choices. We have given it a name here to represent its choices here, so that the respondent can answer to the question based on the answers we've given here under the choices. So as I said earlier, the most important thing here is the list name. Okay, the list name in the choices sheet must match the name used in survey. Okay, it must match the name used in survey, right? This name here we used, it must match it. Whether you're going to use capital letters or smaller letters, uppercase or lowercase, it must match here against the choices that you want to give it to it. If the survey says select one, all right, select one, and I brought gender here, the choices sheet must have gender here under the list name against the choices that you wanted to give it to that specific question. Okay, so let's head to the settings sheet. So finally we have the settings sheet, right? The settings sheet contains basic information about your form. Think of it this way. Settings means what is the form called, right? For example, if we have form titled farmer survey, okay, the form ID, I can label it farmer_survey, all right, and under the version I can give it version 1. So the form title is the name of your survey. The form ID is the unique identification for the form, and the version tells us which version of the form we are using. If you are a beginner, remember these 3 things. Survey is for questions, choices for answers, and settings for form informations. The survey sheet tells Kobo what to ask. The choices sheet tells Kobo what options the respondent can select. And the settings sheet tells Kobo what the form is called and identifies the form. So I hope this explanation has made XLSForms easier to understand. So if you are learning KoboToolbox from beginner to advanced level, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'll be covering more XLS features, including skip logic, calculations, constraints, cascading questions, and choice filters. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.